Hey, 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 you know what today is. Today is Tuesday Tea with D with your girl Detra Trueheart. Here I am, your life purpose generator, purpose provoker, and iSpeaklife mentor. And I am here literally to serve you some tea that is going to help you get out of your way and get to the business of living. My job is to help you get unstuck so that you can get started. And so every Tuesday, I've just decided for now it's going to be via video. It could be audio next week. It could be written via blog next week, but this week until I feel like doing it any other way, it's going to be video. That's just how I feel like I connect with you better, right? You can feel me, I can feel you, right? So welcome to Tuesday Tea with D. Tuesday Tea with D. Tuesday Tea with D. Okay. So today we're talking about this message that I think, I pray that it resonates with you. And it's called One Day or One Thing at a Time, not one day at a time, but one thing at a time. And one of the things that I think is important with this message that I want to share with you today is really just in the space that we're in. There's so much to do, so much going on that sometimes we're trying to do all the things that we don't even do one thing, right? And so I was, just kind of in the space of deciding what I wanted to talk about. And I had a couple of topics that I had been wrestling around with. And the one thing that was resonating with me, even just personally in this space, is sometimes we get caught up in just life. Things are happening. There is so much going on in the world, right? Not only in the country, but in the world. And so sometimes we don't know what to do first. We've got the list. We know we've put the plan together, right? It says, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. Well, sometimes you've got the plan together and stuff just happens and it shakes you, right? And so today, I just want to encourage you to do one thing at a time, right? Not to do all the things, not to do everything. I want you to do one thing at a time, right? And to some extent, researchers share that multitasking doesn't work anyway. And so when we're trying to do all the things, when we're trying to do multiple things, it doesn't work. And so, I want to bring you back to just doing one thing, right? What's the one thing that you need to be doing? One thing that you can be doing that will move you a little step forward, right? Taking one step is better than taking no steps, right? And so sometimes we feel like because we can't take 10 steps, we don't want to take any steps. And so I just want you to do one thing, right? Whatever that one thing is, I want you to pace yourself, take a step back, figure out what you can do now, right? There may be some things that maybe you can't do. Maybe you don't have the energy, you don't have the margin, you don't have the capacity to do it, but there are some things that you can do. Do that. Pace yourself and figure that out, right? Don't rush through it. Take your time and just, don't procrastinate. When I say take your time, I don't mean hesitate. I mean, take your time and figure out the thing that you're going to do and then do it, right? Period. The other thing that I just shared is not only pace yourself, but do what you can, right? Do what you can do in the space that you're in right now with the resources that you have, with the time that you have, right? You can do something. You can't say, well, I just don't have time, or I can't do it, or what I wanted to do, I can't. Well, what can you do? Let's have that conversation. What can you do? Because you can do something. And in order to do one thing, you may have to stop doing another thing. And that's a whole nother conversation, right? Because sometimes we can't do the one thing because we're doing other things, one of the other things that we technically shouldn't be doing. Time wasters, fillers, all that kind of stuff. Stop doing that. Do the thing that is going to get you moving forward, period. The next thing that I want you to do is stay the course, right? There are some things that really come to shake us, some things that really come to distract. And I think in this space, spiritually, we have to understand, the tactics and the enemy, right? The enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But we know Jesus came that we might have life and have it abundantly, right? And so if we understand the enemy comes to steal, kill, and to destroy, we understand that they're the distractions. Some of the distractions are enemy motivated, and some of them are just us just not having our stuff together. And some of it is just life, right? It's life happening, and we got to figure out how not to let it knock us so off course that we don't do anything, right? And so you've got to stay the course, right? And so the last thing that I really want to share with you is you have got to commit to the assignment more than you commit to your feelings, right? Commit to the assignment, not to your feelings. Commit to the assignment, not to your emotions. Commit to the assignment, right? What is the assignment that you're supposed to be doing, right? There was a time when my emotions would supersede what my assignment was, where my emotions, I was so caught up in the thing that was going on that I shut everything down. And I have learned that God is not giving me a pass even when things are happening in my life, that God is not giving me a pass even when stuff seems like it is like the impossible, like literally things just can't happen the way that I want it to happen, period. And God is not giving me a pass. I still have an assignment. I still have a charge. I still have a tribe to show up to. I still have to let the enemy know that he doesn't get glory in this space. I still have to let him know who I serve. I still have to let him know that I'm called, that who I'm called to, I'm going to show up for, right? And so for some of you, this isn't always about you. It's about the people who you are assigned to. And so for some things, you got to do one thing in order to just be able to show up in the fullest capacity of who you have been called to be, period, right? Don't show up and doing all the things. Show up and do the one thing that you know that you can do. I don't know what that is, right? And showing up looks different for everybody, right? How you show up, maybe you can't put $500 in your account, but you can put $5 in your account every single week when you get paid. You can put $15, right? Maybe you can't, show up to everybody's event, but you can send them a text message and say, hey, I was thinking about you. I wasn't able to come. You can share their event. Like there are multiple ways that you can show up in spaces. You may not be able to declutter the entire house, but you can declutter a corner. You can declutter a room. You can declutter a section, right? Figure out what your one thing is, child, and do it, right? And here's the thing that I didn't share out of pacing yourself, doing what you can. Doing what you can is, I think I will say this. Part of doing what you can also means taking a step away to gather your thoughts, to get yourself together, to look yourself in the mirror and say, child, get yourself together. We have an assignment that we have to complete. And so you got to take a step away. You might need to walk away for an hour. You might need to walk away for a day, right? I'm not giving you a week. That I won't give you. You might need to walk away for an hour. You might need to walk away for a couple hours. I might give you 24 hours. But after that, and that's only if you've got time, if the assignment is due that day, child, you walk away for an hour, you come back and you make it happen. Right? And here's the thing. We show up for jobs that we hate. We show up, for people we can't stand. We show up in all of these spaces for all of these people and all of these things, but we will not show up for ourselves. Don't have me come for you. Show up for yourself. In my group, I share something that's called on Mondays, Do For You Monday. And I ask the question, what will you do for you this week? Your answer, specifically when we're talking today on Tuesday Tea with D, is the thing that you are going to do for yourself is the one thing that you need to be doing to move you forward. Period. All of that other fluffy stuff is great. Getting a massage, painting your toes, maybe organizing your house. Like that is something that I think can be done. But at the end of the day, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take some time to figure out what your one thing is. And in figuring out what your one thing is, I want you to do it. And in doing that one thing, I want you to do that every single day. Right? Every single day, I want you to do that. One step at a time, one thing at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself, but get to a point of where you are doing the one thing that you need to be doing. Now, if you need assistance, if you need help, I'd love to invite you into my free Facebook group. But more importantly, I am working with women one-on-one who are looking to get out of their own way, get to the business of living, who are looking to get unstuck so that they can get started. And if you are in need for one-on-one coaching, then I need you to go to TrueheartSpeaks.as.me/get unstuck. Or you can go to TrueheartSpeaks.com/next-steps and click the book your breakthrough session, 30-minute breakthrough session, so that we can have a conversation about where you're stuck, why you can't take that next best step, and what it is that you need to be doing, and possibly if one-on-one coaching is the best thing for you, right? And so I hope I didn't, just step on all of your toes. Maybe it was a little bit of your toes, but at the end of the day, on this Tuesday Tea with D that I'm serving, you've got to do that one thing, do one thing at a time. But more importantly, I need you to do it. Commit to the assignment, not to your emotions. And I will see you next week. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you share this. And more importantly, down in the comments, I want you to tell me what's the one thing that you are going to be doing. I'll see you next time.